Finn is finishing up phase 1B here, which is our dynamic flexibility. We're immediately going right into our activation. As the first athlete is actually finishing the stretch, he or she is to go right into the first exercise of activation, which just looks exactly like some strength exercises that you're already familiar with. These are all obviously all body weight, and we're looking for them to actually go through full range of motion that they can control. So the first one is just a simple squat, body weight squat, hands out in front, feet shoulder width apart with the toes forward, and being able to drop into a nice good squat for 5 reps. Okay, Finn has some tight ankles. You can see him actually having to make some adjustments. If he needs to go toes outside, if he needs to widen up the legs a little bit to be able to get full range of motion, trying to get hips to knees, that's totally fine. Whatever allows you to get through the full range of motion at the time that they actually have. This may give them some awareness to be able to work on something, maybe even come see Performance Unlimited to actually have us work on some things actually inside of that. So after 5 reps of the squat, they're gonna go right into a lunge matrix. And anytime that we have the word matrix involved with an exercise, it means that we're going in 3 very specific directions. So the lunge matrix is going to be a forward lunge into a position, a lateral lunge with the toes still facing forward position, and then in a rotation, meaning the foot is always staying in a planted position, reaching back to about 125, 145 degrees to be able to work through a different plane of motion in our hips. Now, what I want from the athlete is to always go into a reaching motion. So the hands should start overhead. We should go into a toe touch, a reach to the toes forward, a reach to the toes lateral, and a reach to the toes in rotation, and then I will alternate the legs. Forward, lateral, and in rotation. Let's see Finn actually go through that. And we're gonna do 3 reps in each motion with each leg there. So he's gonna go into the lateral and then eventually into the rotation, but he's gonna go right back into the same for his second round, right? So stay with the same one. You can do this 3 in a row forward, 3 in a row lateral, 3 in a row rotation. You can do forward, lateral, and rotation 3 times in a row in that circuit before you switch legs. However you want to break it up, as long as they're getting 3 reps in each leg, each direction, forward, lateral, and in rotation. Let's just pretend he actually got all 3 repetitions in the right and the left. We're going to go now into the single leg RDL. In our single leg RDL, I like to be able to have us in a position where we are working through some single leg balance, but we're also working through some range of motion. You can go hand out in front with that leg behind. You can go hands across the chest. We prefer to be able to have those hands out in front to be able to really create that good long body and allow them to actually have a nice good single leg stability or balance position and be able to really work through hamstring and calf driving forward. You're going to have a lot of players that aren't going to be able to balance as well as what you saw there. But ideally, they're just creating an awareness of getting in some range of motion that's going to allow them to create some single leg balance and some opposite side or opposite hip mobility there. So we're going to go 5 reps in the single leg RDL, 3 reps in the single leg RDL on both legs. Good position here. Notice that he's got a slightly bent hip, knee, and ankle on the down leg. We don't want to lock out those knees. We want to keep that nice good bend. We want to go through 3 on each side. Last, we're going to go into what we call hop and stop. Our hop and stop is going to be a position where we're going to go into that same matrix of forward, lateral, and rotation, but we're going to be much more dynamic. So now I like to have the soccer athlete just moving the feet quick prior to the actual hop. So they're going to move the feet quick. If I'm going to go on my right foot, I'm going to jump out, land on my right foot, bending from hip, knee, and ankle in a good static stance position that's balancing but activating all the stability on that single leg. I'm going to come right back where I was, jump out, stick for a 1 Mississippi, come back, and I'm going to do 3 reps on my right side forward. Then I'm going to go into lateral, same thing on the lunge matrix. I'm going to laterally stick with my toes forward, facing forward, bent hip, knee, and ankle position. Nice and smooth for 3 repetitions, sticking that position. Then I'm going to go into rotation. I'm going to open up and be able to stick that position for 3 reps so that I'm getting every plane of motion, stabilizing from ankle, knee, and hip, on into the actual core. Once I have 3 on the right, forward, lateral, and rotation, do the same thing to the left. Then we're going to start to build up our pace.